Are you over the age of 65? If so, this might just be the most important message you'll hear today. Each morning, as countless seniors rise to begin their day, they follow routines that seem harmless, even comforting. Yet, some of these small, familiar habits could quietly be putting their lives at risk, especially when it comes to the danger of strokes. Stroke remains the second leading cause of death worldwide, and it's the primary cause of long-term disability for those over the age of 60. What many don't realize, however, is that strokes often strike in the early hours of the morning, right after we've woken up, when our bodies are still transitioning from rest to activity. But here's the catch. The true risk doesn't stem solely from age. It comes from what we do in the first 30 minutes of our day. Simple actions like skipping breakfast, sipping coffee too soon, or even scrolling through your phone can unintentionally set the stage for a serious health event. In this video, we will uncover 5 common morning habits that may unknowingly increase stroke risk after the age of 65. And the most dangerous habit of them all is something almost everyone does, often without a second thought. Stay with me till the end, because this could make a life-saving difference. Let's take charge of our health, starting tomorrow morning. But before we jump in, if you haven't already subscribed, take a moment to hit that button and turn on the bell. You won't want to miss another health tip that's crafted just for you. And if this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0, so I know how I can better serve you with content that truly helps. 1. Skipping breakfast or eating too late. For many seniors, skipping breakfast might seem like a harmless habit. It's often due to a lack of appetite in the morning or the fact that it's something they've done for years without issue. But what if this seemingly innocent habit is quietly placing your health in jeopardy? When we sleep, our bodies rest, yes, but they also fast. This means that after 8 to 10 hours without nourishment, your heart, brain, and entire system are in need of fuel. When you wake up, every cell in your body is yearning for that nourishment, something to stabilize your blood sugar, restore energy, and gently wake up your cardiovascular system. But if you skip breakfast, your body doesn't gently wait for that fuel. Instead, it reacts by releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, not because you're anxious, but because your system is starving. These hormones, intended to keep you alert and functioning, constrict your blood vessels, elevate your blood pressure, and thicken your blood. For someone over 65, especially those with pre-existing hypertension or fragile arteries, this can become a dangerous chemical cascade. The effects might not be felt immediately. You may even feel fine or energized after skipping breakfast. But beneath the surface, your heart is working overtime, and your blood is becoming slower, stickier, and more prone to clotting. And here's the heartbreaking truth. It only takes one small clot, one narrowed artery, or one surge in pressure for a stroke to occur. The worst part is, it doesn't give you a warning. It just happens. Studies have shown that those who regularly skip breakfast face higher risks for stroke, heart attack, high cholesterol, and metabolic issues. Yet, this simple habit continues, often unnoticed because it feels so trivial. But for seniors, skipping breakfast is a big deal. This is the time in life when your body needs smooth circulation, calm blood pressure, and steady support every single morning. So, what can we do about it? The solution doesn't have to be a big, elaborate breakfast. Even something as simple as a banana, a handful of soaked almonds, or a slice of whole grain toast with a bit of almond butter can provide your body with the nutrients it needs to shift from sleep to steady, safe function. The goal here is not indulgence, it's protection. By honoring your body's need for early nourishment, you send a powerful message to your heart and brain. I'm here to support you. When you eat something in the morning, You regulate your hormones, stabilize your blood sugar, and give yourself a gentle, balanced start to the day. This small action doesn't just add days to your life, it adds years. Too often, we don't realize the damage until it's too late. But preventing a stroke doesn't require expensive treatments or extreme routines. It starts with the simple act of eating your first meal of the day, or in some cases, choosing to eat at all. So tomorrow morning, as you wake up, ask yourself, will I nourish my body or neglect it today? The choice might seem small, but the impact, immense. And speaking of small habits with massive consequences, there's something else nearly everyone does as soon as they open their eyes. Something that could be silently flooding your body with stress, even before you step out of bed. Ready to find out what it is? Let's move on to the next hidden danger. If you're still with me and finding this information valuable, let me know by typing 1 in the comments below. Your feedback means the world, and it keeps me motivated to bring you even more life-saving tips. Let's start by discussing a seemingly harmless morning habit that can carry hidden risks, particularly for seniors over 65. We all have a familiar routine when we wake up. The soft morning light filtering through the curtains, our hand instinctively reaching for the phone or remote control without thinking. It's natural, right? You might quickly check your messages, scroll through the latest news, or perhaps catch the morning headlines on the TV, all while still tucked in bed. It feels so ordinary, so effortless. But what if I told you that this very habit, performed in the delicate first moments of your day, could actually be one of the most dangerous for your health? Let me explain why. The moment you wake up, your body is transitioning from rest to action. Your blood pressure starts to rise, your heart picks up pace, and hormones begin shifting in preparation for the day ahead. Your brain, still foggy from sleep, has to process a surge of new information. Now, imagine the effect on your mind when the very first thing it absorbs isn't peace or light, but stress-inducing headlines, alarming videos, or emotionally charged messages. This flood of information immediately triggers your body's fight or flight response, causing a surge of cortisol, the stress hormone, through your system. Your heart rate spikes, blood vessels constrict, and your blood thickens as if preparing for an emergency that isn't even real. For someone already dealing with high blood pressure, narrowing arteries, or a sensitive heart, this morning's stress cocktail could be just the thing that tips the scale. You may not feel it immediately. There's no clear warning, no chest pain, no dramatic signs. But over time, this daily ritual of waking up to stress conditions your body to exist in a state of chronic tension. It weakens your memory, dampens your mood, reduces your resilience, and eventually, it could lead to the very event you fear most, something life-changing that happens in an instant. But here's the good news. This habit is easy to change, and the benefits are almost immediate. Instead of grabbing your phone or remote, try starting your morning with a gentler routine. Sit up slowly, breathe deeply, and allow the sunlight to touch your skin. Drink a glass of water. Let your mind rise with grace instead of panic. These simple acts can create space for calm and clarity, setting the tone for the day. And rather than flooding your system with cortisol, you'll produce serotonin, the hormone that balances mood and promotes alertness without the cost of stress. Tomorrow morning, try it for yourself. You may be surprised at how peaceful the first moments of your day can feel, and how your body responds to the rest of the day. It's true. How you begin your morning influences everything that follows. Now, let's talk about another hidden danger, a habit that seems comforting, even cozy, but silently stresses your heart more than you realize. For many older adults, The morning doesn't truly begin until that first sip of coffee or tea. It's a warm, comforting ritual, often seen as a reward for rising with the sun. But what if that comforting habit, performed before anything else, is quietly increasing your risk of a stroke? After a long night of rest, your body wakes up in a state of dehydration. You've gone 7 or 8 hours without fluids, and your organs are thirsty. Your blood is thicker, and your brain is operating in a low hydration state. Now, if the first thing you do is pour a cup of coffee or tea into this already dry system, you're not replenishing your body. You're actually pulling more water out of it. Caffeine, especially on an empty stomach, acts as a diuretic. It tells your kidneys to flush out fluids, even the little that remains. At this vulnerable moment, when your blood is sluggish, caffeine constricts your blood vessels, elevates your blood pressure, and adds extra strain on your heart. It's like asking an engine to race without checking the oil first. The price you pay may not be immediate. You may feel energized or clear-headed, mistaking the rush of adrenaline for true alertness. But under the surface, your heart is working harder than it should, and your blood is more prone to clotting. If one of these clots travels to your brain, the result can be devastating. A stroke that steals your independence, your mobility, even your memories. The good news is, this is one of the easiest habits to change. You don't have to give up your morning coffee or tea. You just need to delay it. Start your day with a full glass of water. Add a pinch of sea salt, or a few drops of lemon juice if you'd like to enhance hydration. This simple act replenishes your body, thins your blood just enough to flow freely, and gives your heart and brain the support they need. Wait 15 to 20 minutes before enjoying your coffee or tea, and you'll be giving your body the respect it deserves. You'll still enjoy that moment of comfort, but you'll be doing so with much less risk. It's about finding balance between pleasure and protection, ritual and responsibility. And as we continue, let's explore one more subtle habit that, though seemingly small, can send powerful shock waves through your heart and blood vessels. It's something you do or don't do in silence, often without even realizing it, and yet, it's one of the most dangerous habits for your health, especially first thing in the morning. Stay with me, and I'll show you why this seemingly innocent decision could be even more dangerous than anything you do after waking up. And if you're finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're still here with me. Let's continue with point number 4, a habit many of us unknowingly adopt every morning. 4. Holding in urine right after waking up. It's something so many people do without a second thought, especially during the quiet early hours. You wake up, still a bit drowsy, and feel the urge to use the bathroom. But instead of getting up immediately, you stay under the warm covers. Maybe you tell yourself, just a few more minutes. Perhaps your body feels stiff, or you don't want to turn on the lights. It seems harmless. You've done it for years, but this seemingly innocent delay could be quietly damaging your health, an effect that builds gradually but strikes suddenly. When you hold in your urine after waking up, you're not just ignoring a natural signal from your body. You're forcing your bladder to stretch beyond its comfort zone, and with that strain comes more than just discomfort. It sends a ripple effect throughout your entire cardiovascular system. As the bladder expands, pressure builds inside your body, causing a sharp spike in blood pressure. This is how your body responds to internal stress, and it's particularly dangerous for older adults whose blood vessels may already be weakened or stiff. The toll may not show up right away, but each time you ignore your body's signal, you teach it to operate under strain. That small decision to stay in bed a little longer could have long-term consequences: weakened bladder muscles, an increased risk of urinary tract infections, and even more dangerously, a higher risk of stroke or heart failure. In those early morning hours, when the body is most fragile, your bladder and heart are more connected than most people realize. When you hold in urine, you're essentially creating internal pressure. For a younger, healthier body, this pressure may be tolerated, but for someone over 65, especially those with hypertension or a history of heart disease, this pressure could be the final push that sends the heart or brain into crisis. The good news is that this habit can be changed with awareness and consistency. When you wake up, even before reaching for your slippers or your glass of water, listen to your body. If you feel the urge, honor it. Go directly to the bathroom. Let your body do what it's designed to do. This simple act of self-respect relieves pressure, not just physically but emotionally as well. There is dignity in responding to our needs, even in the smallest ways. By incorporating this into your morning routine, you set a tone of care, attentiveness, and protection that carries through the rest of your day. Because sometimes it's not what we do, but what we delay doing, that places the greatest strain on our health. Now, let's move on to the next morning mistake, one of the most underestimated actions of all. It's something many associate with energy and proactivity. Yet, for seniors, it could be the most dangerous action of the entire day. Let's talk about what happens when you get out of bed too quickly and why that simple movement could change everything. 5. Getting out of bed too quickly. We often associate fast movements in the morning with vitality, as proof that we are still strong, still independent, still in control of our day. So when we open our eyes and swing our legs out of bed, there's a certain pride in doing it swiftly, without hesitation. After all, who wants to feel fragile? But for seniors, especially those over 65, this very habit, this fast automatic action, could quietly become one of the most dangerous moments of the day. When you sleep, your body enters a state of deep restoration. Your blood pressure drops, your heartbeat slows, and your circulation redistributes. Upon waking, your body needs time to adjust to shift gradually from a horizontal, restful state to an upright, active one. But if you rise too quickly before your system has recalibrated, you trigger a sudden drop in blood flow to the brain, especially in older adults whose blood vessels may have stiffened or narrowed due to age or chronic health conditions. This sudden drop can cause more than just a brief moment of dizziness. It can lead to fainting, falls, or worse, a sudden stroke caused by abrupt changes in pressure and insufficient oxygen reaching the brain. And for seniors, a fall is not just a minor inconvenience. It can mean broken bones, long hospital stays, and a loss of independence. It could mean never returning to life the way it was before. The price you pay for moving too fast isn't just physical. It's emotional, too. There's a quiet, hidden toll that builds each time you brush off the warning signs. Every time you ignore the lightheadedness, the blurred vision, the brief moment of weakness. We often tell ourselves, "It's nothing, I'm just tired." But those small signs are your body's way of asking you to slow down and care for it more intentionally. To move with respect, not haste. Taking a slower approach doesn't mean giving up your independence. It means protecting it. It means recognizing that wisdom is not in how quickly we rise, but in how mindfully we do it. A safer routine begins with opening your eyes, taking a few deep breaths to reawaken your system, then slowly sitting up. Let your feet rest on the floor for 30 seconds. Allow your body to catch up to your intention. Then, and only then, stand with care and purpose. This simple pause, this moment of gentleness, could be the difference between a peaceful start and a dangerous one. It takes less than a minute, but it gives your heart and brain exactly what they need to rise safely and stay steady. There is no shame in moving slowly. In fact, there's quiet strength in it. A strength that says, I know my body, I honor its rhythms, and I choose to protect it. That choice made each morning builds a foundation for better balance, better energy, and better health over time. Because aging isn't about rushing through life. It's about moving wisely through each moment, giving your body the grace it deserves. And speaking of grace, there's one final truth you need to hear before you start your next morning. While many strokes may seem sudden, the truth is they are often silently built over weeks, months, and even years by the way we treat our mornings. Let's bring it all together, because the small steps you take after waking up could be the greatest stroke prevention plan you'll ever follow. By the time we reach 65, we've journeyed through so much, experiences that have shaped who we are today, moments of joy, periods of sorrow, triumphs we cherish, and losses that still linger in our hearts. Through it all, we've built routines, some lasting and others broken. Yet, there is something both humbling and empowering about the realization that the choices we make each morning still have the power to shape the course of our days. They still matter, and perhaps now they matter more than ever before. Stroke is often spoken of as a sudden event, something that strikes without warning. Yes, in the moment, it can feel as though it comes out of nowhere. But the quiet truth is that many strokes begin invisibly, almost imperceptibly. They develop over the years, gradually, in ways we don't always notice. It's not just a consequence of age. It's the result of habits left unchecked, of the small signals we ignore, day after day. Consider those habits, waking up and skipping breakfast or grabbing your phone before taking a single breath, drinking coffee before hydrating with water, ignoring your body's natural calls, jumping out of bed as if you're still in your 20s. These seemingly trivial actions, when repeated over time, accumulate, and the cost is higher than we realize. The price of these choices isn't always a catastrophic event. Sometimes it's a quiet erosion, a little more fatigue, a little less mental clarity, a gradual decline in our resilience. But for some, the cost is much greater. A stroke that robs you of speech or balance, a fall that turns independence into dependence, a morning that starts as any other but ends with everything changed forever. Yet, there is profound beauty in this truth. If poor habits build risk over time, then wise habits can build protection. You have the power today and every day to choose differently. You can rise slowly, hydrate, nourish your body and mind, and give yourself the calm, steady start that your heart and mind deserve. This doesn't require dramatic changes. You don't need to run marathons or take a shelf full of pills. What's needed is awareness, consistency, and above all, respect for the body that has carried you this far, and the mind that still has so much to offer, so much to give, and so much to enjoy. Each morning, your body speaks to you. The question is, will you listen? Let each day begin not in haste, but with intention, not in stress, but in stillness. Let these small acts, this glass of water, this moment of breath, this gentle rising, become your new form of strength. For the path to a longer, healthier life isn't found in extremes. It's found in the quiet power of your mornings. And if you begin to protect your mornings, you just might end up protecting everything that follows. So, tomorrow, when your eyes open and the light brushes against your face, pause, take a breath, and remember, this isn't just another morning. It's another chance. Make it count.